Today we're going to be looking at tree diagrams. The paragraph below is going to introduce us to what a tree diagram is. We have discussed sample space over the last 2 days. Sample space is a set of all possible outcomes. When listing all possible outcomes, we can use what is called a tree diagram. Tree diagrams display all the possible outcomes of an event. Each branch in a tree diagram represents a possible outcome. That example below is going to ask us to draw a tree diagram to represent the possible outcomes of flipping a coin twice. Now it's important to note that we're talking once again about possible outcomes of flipping a coin twice. Now notice below I have a couple labels. I have first flip, I have second flip, and then at the end I have outcomes. So what I'm going to do first is to start my tree diagram is I'm going to draw a dot, and that's going to represent kind of the start of my tree diagram. From this dot, I'm going to say if I flip a coin, well, what are the possible outcomes? Well, one outcome is I can land on heads on that first flip. What's another possible outcome? Well, another possible outcome is I can land on tails on that first flip. So there's two possible outcomes on the first flip. Now these black lines are what we call branches. So each branch represents a different outcome, heads or tails. Now for the second flip, I'm going to once again think about possible outcomes. Well, if my first flip lands on heads, my second flip, there are two outcomes. I could land on heads again, or I could land on tails. Once again, each branch represents a possible outcome. I can land on heads, or I can land on tails. Now, if my first flip landed on tails, once again, I have two possible outcomes. I could land on heads, or I could land on tails. This tree diagram would represent the possible outcomes for two coin flips. Now, what are these possible outcomes? Well, our first possible outcome we can look at is we could land on heads and heads. I could flip the first time and land on heads, and I could flip the second time and land on heads again. What's another possible outcome? Well, I can land on heads the first time and tails the second time. Another possible outcome would be to land on heads and then land on tails. Well, what if I flip a coin and land on tails first? Another possible outcome would be to flip a coin and land on tails first, and then heads. So I could land on tails, and then on heads. Well, what's another possible outcome? Well, there's one more possible outcome. I could land on tails first, and tails second. The last possible outcome would be to land on tails first, and tails second. These are our possible outcomes. There's four possible outcomes after flipping a coin twice. Now it's important to note that these two options right here, head, tails, and tails, heads, are different. In this first option, I flip a coin and land on heads first, and then tails. In this second option, I land on tails first, and then heads. So they do represent two different scenarios. So in the practice problem below, once again, we're going to be using a tree diagram. It's going to ask us to draw a tree diagram to represent the possible outcomes of selecting a marble from the bag to the right. Each marble selected is not replaced, without replacement. Now, it's just important to note, and it is bolded for us, this word, without replacement. Now, without replacement means if we select a marble, for instance, if I select a red marble, on that second selection, there's only two marbles left, green and blue. So without replacement means we're not selecting a marble and then replacing it, putting it back in the bag. We're selecting a marble and it's coming out of the bag. Now we're going to start our tree diagram, and if you want to take a second and pause the video and set up your tree diagram, feel free to do so. So for our first selection, we'll think about it. We have three options. From this first selection, I could select a red, a blue, or a green. So once again, in our first selection, we can go red, we can go blue, or we can select a green marble from that bag. Now from our second selection, once we start our second selection, we have to be careful. Remember, we're not replacing the marble. So let's look at our first selection for red. If I go into the bag and I pull out a red first, think about what options are left. Well, if we select a red, this red would no longer exist in the bag. It would have been removed from the bag. So on our second selection, what marbles would we have? Well, we'd have two options. We would have blue, or we would have green. Now, similar idea. If I select a blue marble first, that comes out of the bag. It's no longer in the bag. What options do I have? Well, I would have the option of selecting a red or a green. And last but not least, if I select a green first, that green marble is no longer in the bag. I have the option of selecting a red or a blue marble on that second selection. So this would be our tree diagram for two selections. Now take a second and think, what would possible outcomes be? Well, if I go into the bag and I select two marbles, one option would be to select red first and then select blue. Another option would be to select red first and then green. Now notice the red is not an option because there's only one red marble in the bag. Well, if I select a blue marble first, I could select a red marble second. If I select a blue marble first, I also could possibly select a green marble second. Last but not least, if I select a green marble first, I could select a red marble. I could also select a green marble first and select a blue marble second. So we have 6 possible outcomes listed.